Hey guys, it's Blair, the Love Guru from loveguru.net. And I just wanted to make a quick video. I keep trying to make quick videos for you, but I know I talk a little bit. Um, I want to talk to you about how it is very important. So, by the way, today is May 5th, 2020. And I want to talk to you about how it is very important that right now you start not complying with what everybody else is doing in this world. So, for example, that mask, I'm going to ask you to start considering not wearing it if you're one of the people who wears it. All right. Now, first off, who am I talking to? I'm talking to my indigos. I'm talking to my awakened warriors, the ones who have information about what is really going on. If you don't know that it's more than just the virus happening, that this really has to do with a deeper agenda, a darker agenda, and that you also have information about how, I don't really want to run through all of it, but what's going on now, it's terrible that it has killed people, but it has killed less people than the flu normally does in a year. Okay? You could check these resources for yourself. You're not going to get that from my videos right now. And also, I don't know if you know how to keep yourself healthy. You know, they have been using vitamin C to be combating this virus. You should be taking vitamin C every day. You should be taking vitamin D every day. You should be taking zinc every day. You should be taking like a barley grass juice powder or some kind of greens powder. And you should be getting exercise. You should be getting sun. You should be getting fresh air without your mask so you could fucking breathe the oxygen, you know? And not your carbon dioxide back into your mouth, your body. So I'm not taking any responsibility for you if anything happens to you with you not wearing this mask and you were, and if you're in fear and blah, blah, blah. What I can help you with is clear the anxiety and the fear. If you want to schedule a private session, I could help you with that plus much more. And if not, then you can look up yourself on how to keep yourself healthy, how to clear emotional issues, how to clear karma, how to clear stored trauma. This is all related to all of that. This is what I help people do. This is the work I do in the world. I help people clear their emotional baggage and blocks, their unhealthy relationship patterns, and all that stuff is being triggered now. So one of the unhealthy relationship patterns is that people are afraid to step out of what everybody else is doing. Everybody is a fucking follower these days, right? Well, actually, normally, everybody's a follower. But listen, if you are an indigo warrior, if you're an awakened warrior, which is what I call my indigos who have healed themselves, and then you're not ruled by the traumas that other people are. So I lost my train of thought here for a second. But what I'm talking about here, okay. So as I may have shared in this last video, I don't remember if I shared it or not, but I talk about it a lot, that indigos are the leaders of the new earth. I'm actually writing books about it now. One of my book series, it's a trilogy, How Aliens Put Me into Power. That's going through editing now. I have a lot of stuff about how indigos are the leaders of the new earth. I'm also writing another trilogy, which is called The Rise of the Lightworkers, which is what's going on now. And again, I'm talking about indigos and how indigos are the leaders of the new earth. So part of being a leader, listen, this stuff doesn't just get granted to you. It's not like, poof, you're a leader. Oh, you're an indigo. That means you're going to be a leader of the new earth. No, that's not what that means. That's not how this happens. If you hear that this is the Great Awakening, that spiritual people are going to be like, put in the forefront now, that we're going to be the leaders, this is not granted to you. This is something you step up and you choose to shine your light. You choose to be a leader. Now, again, I don't know where you are in your ascension process. I don't know how much healing work you've done on yourself. A lot of people I come across say, oh, yeah, I've done a lot of spiritual work. And what they're talking about is they've read books, Maybe they meditate. Maybe they do an Abraham Hicks thing to keep their vibration high. Maybe they've gone to a class here and there, but they haven't gone through the process of healing their childhood wounds. They haven't gone through the process of clearing their trauma, their past life trauma, their current life trauma, or their past experiences trauma. So, this is a big thing to be taken care of. And that's what I'm talking about with healing your emotional wounds, healing your mental and emotional wounds. And once you do that, then you're able to step up and to be a leader, because what we see now, the corruption in the world, we see that going on now because we have leaders who are not healed. And when somebody has not done their healing work, it is very hard for you to stand in the light and to be honest and truthful and to be to rule, to be in power and to rule for the highest good of all. And that's what happened. Everybody starts off with good intentions. If you go, I talked about this last time, this website, World Economic Forum, which is like a New World Order cabal website. And if you read the stuff on the website, it sounds very nice. It sounds like a lot of things that us spiritual people want. And a lot of people that are involved in this organization are good. I've been watching their videos. They're looking, a lot of them think probably that this organization is good, but somewhere along the way, the energy gets warped. See, when you're walking in the light, every day you have decisions whether you're going to feed the light or feed the dark, or if you're going to be in the light or you're going to go dark. Now, it's funny. My guides want me to share an example of what happened. So I went to Trader Joe's today. I did a refill of all my food. I have a month stock of food. Spirit, well, it wasn't Spirit. It was Zeke over a month ago told me to start prepping. And I used to be somewhat interested in this stuff, but I never really went into studying it. And Zeke told me, hey, you should create a master list. You should start prepping. And that put me into like this fear and anxiety that I had to clear within like a 24-hour period, which I was going through. I did clear, but I was like going through different levels of fear around it and clearing of it. And I'm grateful that Zeke is my star brother, by the way, if you're a new viewer. And I reconnected with him in 2014. I wrote a book about it called How Aliens Put Me into Power. The first installment is out now on my website. It is being updated now, but if you purchase it now, I will email you once it's edited. You'll get the edited copy, which, oh my God, is so fantastic. So, Zeke told me to start prepping. And originally I was like a little bit worried about this. Oh my God, what do you mean? What's going to happen? And I'm grateful that went on, because I'm really good at it now. I feel really safe and secure. I'm taken care of. I have the food. And by the way, the last 48 hours or so, Zeke told me to start studying survival stuff. And, this is all stuff related to finding a bug out location and protecting myself and things like that. So that should give you a little heads up as far as what's coming down the pike now. And I don't share that with you to scare you, although I know it does bring up fear, and I have been still working through layers of my feelings around this. And I want to, the landscapers here, so I'm sorry if there's background noise, but I'll just talk louder. So what I was going to say is, by the way, I'm located in New Jersey. I'm right outside New York City. If you have a bug out location that you would like to share with me, like if you have land and then more land that's somewhere in the area, Connecticut, New York, anywhere on the East Coast or somewhere around, and you're making that available to me or maybe other people, please email me, because I am looking for a bug out location in case it gets to that, and I would appreciate your support in that arena. And I'm grateful that Zeke had shared that information with me over a month and a half ago, because what's going on is it's been chaos at the supermarkets. I don't know what's going on by you, but it's been chaos there. And at first people were hoarding or just prepping. And now they're actually, and they were running out of stock, but now certain stock is just not coming in. So what I want to share with you here, and I'm sorry because I kind of feel like I'm here, there, everywhere, but the thing is that it is very important that we start asserting ourselves now and start shining our light as in leaders. You start stepping up as the leader that you are. Now, again, if you're not in that place, I don't know where you are in your ascension. I don't know where you are having done your healing work. I don't know where you are as far as really knowing what's going on. I mean, if you're new to this, like, quote, conspiracy stuff, in a way, I feel a little bit bad for you because it's like a steep learning curve. You know, I've been studying this stuff since 2014. So I understand, you know, it comes in layers. You have different layers of awakening, but you understand at a different level what's going on the more you've been around it. But the important message that I want to share with you here, that I really want you to take away from this, is that it is important for us to start asserting ourselves as leaders of this new earth. And you might not look at it like that, and that's fine, but let me tell you why this is important. What's going to save us is everybody having a raise in consciousness. So yes, work on raising your consciousness. Stay happy. Yeah, you can do those things. Meditate, pray, do all that stuff. But I am not a spiritual teacher that just tells you to hang out in la la land. I feel like those people do a disservice. And I think that that is incorrect information when you're guiding people, because look it, we're in this 3D world and this shit is going down now. And we're at this place in this process, let's say, that we're going into phase 2. That's what Seek has been telling me for, again, 48, 72 hours. Phase 2, phase 2, phase 2. And I was like, oh my goodness, you know, what is this? I have an idea of what this means. And in one of the books that I'm writing, so I told you I'm writing this Rise of the Light Workers. I already finished month 1. Month 2, Zeke had me put as the, I guess, a quote or something in the beginning, is that it gets worse before it gets better. Now we're, I think, 2 weeks into the month 2 that I've been writing. So we're in key spot right now. And I'm not just going off of, oh, because Zeke told me that 2 weeks ago. I'm going off of it because he's telling me now, phase 2, phase 2. And because he's giving me the guidance of learn survival skills. Learn how to protect yourself. Yeah, I'm talking about with weapons. Learn, you know, figure out what you're putting in your bug out bag. Figure out a bug out location. This shit is real. So for those of you who think, oh, we're you know, we're just going back to normal, things are getting better here, whatever. No, you think the cabal's giving up just like that? This is the grand event that they've been working up to. The coronavirus. This is their grand event. This is it. Layers and layers of planning for 40 plus years. This is what they've been planning. You know Hunger Games? You know that movie? Yeah, that's this right now. Okay? This is like a phase of it. This is a version of it. So, you know, people are getting calm. People are thinking, oh, it's getting better, you know, whatever. No, it's something's coming. Something's happening. Something's stewing. Get yourself prepared. So yeah, get yourself prepared, but also you have to be playing your mission in this world right now. And again, we all have our own individual missions. You might not know what yours is, but if you're awake enough that you know details about this virus, you know details about keeping yourself healthy, if you're not in fear about that stuff. And again, you know, one of the things that this cabal, I mean, they have really corrupted every single area of our world and of our awareness. So the whole idea of like, how do you keep yourself healthy and how you don't really need drugs and like, you know, unless it's like extreme stuff or whatever, but how to eat right. And oh, I'm sorry. So let me wrap it back around because I was talking about this dark and light stuff. So my guides want me to share this example of how, like, you know, I was at Trader Joe's and I was stocking up on stuff, and I was like a little tempted to go get my cookies. You know, I had shared in the last video, like Zeke had helped me and told me to detox all this from all this like distractions and all these things that weaken your body and your soul and your psychic abilities. And one of them was sugar. So I was off of sugar. I've been off of sugar for like 2 or 3 weeks. And I was like, oh, you know, hey Blair, you know, do you want to it was interesting because I wasn't even thinking about the pizza, but I didn't get that, but I was like, hey, before you go, do you want to get some cookies or maybe some chocolate? And it was like, no. Like, you have to understand, you're fighting for your life now. And that might sound like fucking ridiculous. It might sound extreme. It might sound fear-mongering. Whatever. You could take it for however you want. If these videos are not right for you, sign off. If it's too much for you to handle, sign off. If it's not registering, sign off. But this is the messages that I'm getting. This is how I'm being guided. And these are the messages that I'm guided to share. And stepping up and being a leader in phase 2 is part of my mission. So before Zeke was telling me that now is phase 2, Zeke was telling me for like a month and a half, because I was like, how am I supposed to help? What do you want me to do? I haven't been making videos. You've been telling me to get off social media. And they were like, Zeke kept saying, you're a phase 2 teacher. You're a phase 2 teacher. And he told me what that meant. But like everything that Zeke teaches, it has layers to it. And the other layer is now we're in phase 2, because that was what happened 72 hours ago. Zeke was like, phase 2. And I was like, huh? And then I realized that he was talking, because I got downloaded with more information, that it was like, oh, we're going into phase 2 of this thing. And then I was like, they've been like, yeah, good job, phase 2 teacher. So Zeke is my star brother. He's a high vibrational reptilian alien from Sirius. I know if you have been studying Illuminati stuff for some years, there's a lot of shit out there about reptilian aliens. What I'll say about that is that there's high vibrational ones and there's low vibrational ones, just like there's high vibrational humans and low vibrational humans. Okay. So, do with that what you may. Zeke has helped me get into my power. Zeke has helped me clear tons of fear that I was dealing with when I connected with him and in other areas of my life. Zeke has helped me really get into my power. Zeke has helped me get to this place where I am sharing these messages with you, and more on and on. Okay. Again, I talk about this and how aliens put me into power, the first installment, and beyond, although those other installments aren't out now. So this example of how I was at Trader Joe's and I had a choice of like, hey, Blair, do you want some cookies? Do you want some chocolate? And it wasn't a strong pull or whatever. And I was just like, no, I don't want that. But that could be looked at, or that is looked at, I'm being corrected by my guides. That is when someone makes a decision to choose the dark, to give into the dark. So you might be saying, well, that's maybe an extreme example, and maybe for you it is. But for the level of ascension that I'm at, the level of consciousness that I'm at, I have to watch every single decision that I make. I get to choose these things every time. So, you know, everything starts out, well, not everything, but I would think that a lot of things start out in the light. You know, this World Economic Forum, a lot of it sounds positive, but the intentions behind the leaders is dark. These people are dark. They're not for the highest good of people in humanity. So let's get back to this leadership thing, and I'm going to wrap it up after that. And this is the main point of the video. This is really what I want you to understand. This is really what I want you to digest, to take in, and then to take action. So get outside and start taking off your mask if you've been wearing it. Work through whatever shit you need to work through to get through the anxiety, the fear, how you know how to keep yourself healthy. Again, this stuff has been hidden by the cabal on how to keep yourself healthy, how to eat right. We'll go into this at a later date. I have things planned on how to take care of these things, how to help you guys. Again, in assisting you in preparing for and doing your mission. That is one of my missions, which I don't know if I've ever shared that with you. Again, it's something that I've been writing in these books, so I don't know what I share with who, because I'm writing for half the day and then I'm talking to people out on the street the other half of the day. One of my missions is to guide, help, heal, and lead, teach and lead indigos in preparing for and doing their mission. So right now, part of your mission is being activated, and what that is for you to show non-compliance, for you to show that you are a leader here on this world. Don't just walk around and be like, oh, I have a high vibration. No, you need to fucking talk to people. And number two, you need to start being an example of a leader. So people who are awake need to see other people like you, like me. We need to see others like us who are walking around, not wearing the stupid gloves, not wearing a stupid mask, living in peace, happiness, calm, feeling passionate about now, doing, being out there talking to people, you know, like, but again, the non-compliance type of thing. I'm not telling you to, if you, I don't know where you live, I don't know what the rules are by you, but by me in New Jersey, the parks are open. You should be out in the parks. Don't fucking stay home. If your parks are open, go out. You're not a prisoner in your house. I still see people staying home. You are not a prisoner in your house. Again, I don't know what your state situation is or your country situation is. You're not a prisoner at home. Go out, be an example of being someone who's out. Okay, it's not against the law, again, unless it is by your area, but I don't think that that is against the law. Number two, it's not mandatory that you wear masks in the fucking park. At least it's not by me. So don't do it. Be a leader, show your light, show other people that you're awake and that you're not afraid and you're standing up to this situation, that you're rising, you're being in your power, you're being in your light by walking around without a fucking mask on or a bandana or a scarf. You know, all of a sudden everyone's walking around like a fucking criminal. I don't even look at these people because they are literally just zombies to me. They are just background people because they're just, it's weird. It's just so fucking weird. So be out there and again, be the shining light by walking around without what other people are doing. Third, talk to people, be near people. You know, people have this like 6 feet distance or whatever. Again, I'm not responsible for what you do or what happens to you. You are responsible for yourself. Take responsibility for yourself. You are not a victim. You are in your power. You make your own decisions. And don't fucking stand 6 feet away from other people. Are you fucking kidding me? So here's the thing. We're in this sort of soft lockdown now, this soft compliance right now. And if you don't start standing up now and start shining your light in the physical realm here in this world, if you don't start doing that now, then that gives everybody who's watching you permission, as well as the cabal permission, to move into phase 3 of their plan. Okay, we don't even fully know what phase 2 is. We don't want phase 3, all right? So you need to start being the example now when we have rules or general fear going around or generalized anxiety going around, but you need to be the example now, because if you are giving away your power, this has to do with power. I teach about power in a healthy way. If you are giving away your power now, when it has not been taken away, when it's an imaginary situation going on, an imaginary you giving away your power now, if you do not start asserting your power now, we are fucked. All of us. All right? And when I talk about, hey, don't sit behind your computer researching, doing shit. You should be outside, being an activist outside. Again, however you are being guided to do. I'm not telling you to hand out flyers. I'm not telling you to protest. I'm not telling you to do any of that stuff. I'm telling you to talk to your fellow man. And you might say, well, they don't want to hear it or whatever. Speak to people at whatever level that you can, whatever level that you can, that they can hear you. Everywhere I go, I plant seeds in the consciousness of whoever's in front of me, behind me, whatever. And even today, when I went to Trader Joe's, every single moron was wearing their mask outside in line waiting to go to Trader Joe's. There is no rule you have to wear your mask outside. Do not fucking do that. I was not wearing my mask. And one idiot tried to be like, excuse me, you need to wear your mask, excuse me. And I just kept walking. I didn't look at her. Again, these people are zombies. You don't look at them. That is dark energy. Do not connect with that energy. I'm being serious about that. That is dark energy. Do not connect with that. You keep walking. I pretended like I couldn't hear her. She's wearing her mask anyway. You're muted out when you're wearing that damn mask. You lost your voice. You lost your power the minute you put on that mask. So I just ignored her. And if I was the only one not wearing a mask in that line. And that is fine. That says a statement. So stand strong, be the leader that you are. Now is the time to start shining your light in a very physical way. Again, many spiritual people say, oh, I have a high vibration. You know, blah, 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 blah. Show it. Show it. Action. We're in the 3D realm. Action. Show it. So let me hear in the comments, how are you being a leader out in the world? What thoughts do you have? What issues do you have around this? Whatever questions, let's share resources, let's share comments. And again, I want to urge you, this is the time that you assert yourself as a leader, that you, in any way that you can, you start shining your light. Because if you don't do it now, what the fuck are you waiting for? This is about your life. This is about your life, okay? If this gets worse, people are going to be begging for the fucking vaccine, all right? People kind of went through that, then they sort of forgot about it. Now they've kind of eased up about it, but yet you have people yelling at other people for not wearing masks. So you know what's going to happen if that vaccine starts coming down? People are going to start monitoring who has the who got the vaccine, who didn't, how you should get it, how people are turning in their neighbors or random strangers. It needs to stop now. This is very important. Okay, so pass on this message. Again, copy this video, mirror it, put it up on your website or YouTube or whatever. Comment, share, like it. Now is the time. Again, you are fighting for your life. This is the fucking Hunger Games. You are in it. All right? That's it. Goodbye. I love you guys. Be well. Take care of yourself. Shine your light, get your shit together so you can be out there strong, all right? If you're not feeling strong one day, if you're feeling off kilter, stay home, take care of it. Take lots of showers too if you're feeling wonky so you can get that fucking energy off of you from other people. You're probably picking up other people's energy. All right, bye.